On behalf of Riley teachers, staff, parents, students, and I, we congratulate our following retirees. Catherine Bonanno for her 25 years of service, Lori Chabrak for her 23 years of service, Donna Denise Rule for her 17 years of service, and Diane Heitmeyer for her 2 years of service. We want to thank them for their commitment and dedication to the South Plainfield students and for providing their love, care, and knowledge throughout all these years to make them better at everything that they do. So congratulations, enjoy your retirement. It is well deserved. Enjoy every day that you have. Have a wonderful, wonderful future.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Chapman, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Tanzi and Mrs. Maliska for this opportunity to recognize all of our retirees this evening. I have the distinct privilege of recognizing one of the members of the Kennedy School family, Mrs. Beverly Biello, who spent 27 years in public education, and she retired a year ago from this room. This is Mrs. Dorian's classroom, room 8, and Mrs. Biello worked with Mrs. Dorian for the time I spent here so far in Kennedy School, and built a really good rapport with kids, with families, and with our staff. 27 years doing anything is a long time, so to put that into words of how many kids were impacted by Mrs. Biello is impossible. Mrs. Biello was found all over the school helping kids within the classroom, in the hallways, in the gymnasium, before and after school. I can't say enough about how much we miss Mrs. Biello in the hallways, working with our kids in the classrooms. She was truly irreplaceable. So, Mrs. Biello, we know that you're happy retired, working with your grandchildren now and living your life happily, but we certainly miss you. Kennedy School is not the same without you, and we hope that your retirement continues to be successful and healthy. And you're always welcome to come back whenever you have time and whenever you're comfortable in our schools again, to come see our assemblies, which we know you loved, and also all the programs that we support here for kids, because we know that's what you ultimately did for 27 years. And we certainly respect that, and we certainly miss you.
Hi everyone, this is Bob Goman, the principal of Roosevelt School. I want to congratulate 2 of our teachers on their retirement. Ms. Sharon Perez was a teacher in South Plainfield for over 30 years and retired in this past September. She was a chorus and music teacher at Roosevelt School, where she also took the lead in our multicultural show each year. Congratulations, Ms. Perez. I hope you are enjoying your well-deserved retirement. Ms. Laura Vaz is retiring at the end of this year. I had the opportunity to work with Ms. Vaz at both Grant and Roosevelt School. At Grant School, Ms. Vaz was a science teacher for many years before coming to Roosevelt School 2 years ago as a special education teacher. Ms. Vaz, I wish you nothing but the best in your retirement. Congratulations and best of luck to all our retirees. Be sure to come back and visit. Take care now.
I'm Mr. Cerullo, Grant School Principal, and on behalf of Grant School, Mr. Bruce Hunt, we thank you for all your time here, and we know you miss this gym. Hope to see you soon. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Marianne. Over 40 years of dedicated service to the students and families of South Plainfield. All of that time spent here at the middle school teaching mathematics. How exciting it must have been for you to work in the same town as you lived in. In your retirement letter, you talked about how much you grew during your time here as an educator in South Plainfield and how much you learned from your colleagues. When I take a look at your career, I say just the opposite. It was you who helped your colleagues to grow both professionally and personally from working with you. You were always there to help anybody who needed it. And whenever you and I would talk, you would always say to me, whatever you need, Mr. Whalen. Ms. Decker, thank you for your professional service to the South Plainfield Board of Education. I wish you the best in your retirement.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, everyone at the Board of Education meeting. Unfortunately, I have to tell you that you will be losing a very essential piece of the puzzle of your high school staff in Nancy Flannery. She has been a wonderful, wonderful employee of yours for over 25 years. She has been one major constant of our guidance department. We are going to miss her terribly. She has been a rock for us, and we don't know what we are going to do without her. So if you could please do everything you can to try to convince her to stay, we would appreciate it. But in all seriousness, we are going to miss her. She's been wonderful for us in every way. So she's going to be hard to replace, and she's done a lot for our district and for our kids. And not only has she been an employee, she's been a parent and a student herself. I believe she's a graduate of South Plainfield High School herself, so she's a lifelong South Plainfield Tiger, and we're going to miss her. Thanks for everything that you've done, Nancy Flannery.
I would like to congratulate Mr. William Helmstetter for his retirement. Bill Helmstetter worked at South Plainfield High School for over 27 years. He was in our social studies department, and I had the honor and privilege of working with Bill for many years. He was one of the best history teachers I ever worked with, certainly in U.S. history, the best I've ever worked with. Bill's subject knowledge was incredible. We used to kid about him and say that he was the human encyclopedia, because if we had any question at all, we just went over to Bill and he would answer the question for us and give us specifics and details. Bill was great in the department, a great colleague. And one of the things I'd like to share about Mr. Helmstetter was he was so willing to help all the time. You never felt like you were imposing on him. You never felt like you were bothering him. Bill always seemed to enjoy helping us. Bill, we want to congratulate you on your retirement. You have made the South Plainfield High School Social Studies Department better. It's better because of you. Thank you. Have a great retirement. Best of all wishes. I want to congratulate Diana Jaffe on her retirement. Ms. Jaffe has worked in the District of South Plainfield for 44 years as a teacher of children with special needs. She's worked in every area of special education. And 42 years in this high school, most of us who have been around don't ever remember a time where Diana wasn't in the high school. Fantastic teacher, great instruction. And in addition to that, Diana Jaffe was fully involved in our high school. I can't tell you over the years how many proms she went to. I can't tell you how many times she was a class advisor or the activities or the projects that she was involved in. Diana Jaffe was all in all the time in South Plainfield. And she was the president of the South Plainfield Education Association. So when you put all that together, when you put together her instruction, her longevity, her activities, and her vivacious, engaging, and spirited personality, what you end up with is quite a presence. And Diana Jaffe has had that for so many years. In fact, Diana is the type of person that almost doesn't need a last name. She doesn't need to be Diana Jaffe. If you said, oh, I have to talk to Diana, or Diana's coming over, or I'm meeting with Diana, everybody knew who you were talking about. And that says a lot. It says about how big a presence she had. So when you work 44 years in a district, there's a lot you can say about somebody, but I'm going to end these congratulatory remarks with this. Diana Jaffe was a great teacher. She loved teaching. She was proud of her profession and proud to be a teacher. Diana, we want to wish you all the best. Thank you for all your contributions.
Good evening, everyone. I have had the honor and privilege to work with Mr. Van Hook for the past 5 years. Mr. Van Hook has been teaching Latin for the past 6 years at South Plainfield High School. Latin is a course that isn't always offered in the high schools, and teachers of Latin are not easy to find. But good ones are truly a blessing, and we're fortunate to have Mr. Van Hook here. Mr. Van Hook did a great job for us, and we will miss him and wish him all the best. Congratulations, Mr. Van Hook. Mrs. Snyder has been with us for the past 8 years, and we recognize her for being a great part of the SPHS family. She taught our students the importance of culinary arts and shared her experiences of how cooking brings people together. Thank you for your service. We will miss you. Best wishes and congratulations on your retirement and your future endeavors. And to all retirees, congratulations to all of you at SPHS. It was a pleasure working and growing with you. You will be missed.
Good evening. It's my distinct pleasure to honor and thank Mr. Bill Schulte for his 48 years of service to the South Plainfield community. Over 48 years, Mr. Schulte has excited us, he's worked with students, and he's motivated us to be better people. Doing some quick math, over 48 years, that means he's met about at least 200 students per class since 1972, which means over his 48-year career, he's worked with over 9,600 students. And personally, as a member of that 9,600 students, we want to thank you for everything that you've done for us. I consider it an absolute privilege to be someone who's been taught by you, someone who's been coached by you, someone who's worked with you as a teacher, coached with you personally, and now got to work with you as an administrator. And on behalf of over 9,600 South Plainfield graduates, thank you for your service. You will be missed. Enjoy yourself in your next adventure. Thank you.
Good evening. I would like to congratulate all of our district retirees and wish them all the best in whatever they choose to do in the future. This evening, I have the privilege of recognizing the district level special education case managers and support staff who have retired this year. Mrs. Diane Heitmeyer has been a learning disabilities teacher consultant at Riley Elementary School and South Plainfield High School for the last 2 years. While Mrs. Heitmeyer has been with South Plainfield School District for 2 years, I had the honor of working with her in a prior school district during her days as a special education teacher. During her time in South Plainfield, Mrs. Heitmeyer demonstrated sincere compassion with every student and family with whom she worked. Mrs. Heitmeyer is looking forward to spending time with her brand new grandson. Best of luck in all that comes your way. Congratulations on your retirement, Mrs. Tracy Lawrence. During her time in district, Mrs. Lawrence was a speech language specialist at Grant School, Roosevelt School, and Kennedy Elementary School. Mrs. Lawrence is passionate about the field of speech language pathology and regularly supported undergraduate and graduate students during internship and externship experiences. Mrs. Lawrence, I hope that nothing but good things come your way during your retirement. Mrs. Susan Pickoff served the South Plainfield School District as a school social worker for many years. Mrs. Pickoff sought to understand each of her students' unique strengths and needs throughout her career. Mrs. Pickoff spent many hours advocating for her students and demonstrated an impressive amount of empathy with everyone with whom she came into contact. In her retirement years, Mrs. Pickoff plans include traveling, spending time with her family, and serving individuals in an advocacy capacity. Mrs. Nancy Sturm is our final district level retiree. Mrs. Sturm was the Roosevelt Elementary School speech language specialist for many years. While Mrs. Sturm is typically calm, cool, and collected, colleagues have referred to her as the foundation of the speech and language department in district. I wish you the best in all that you do. Finally, I would like to recognize Ms. Suzanne Tursek. Ms. Tursek was a paraprofessional at Franklin Elementary School and most recently served as a personal assistant to a student. Ms. Tursek was known for coming to work every day, ready to engage in the day's celebrations and tackle the challenges of the day. Congratulations on your retirement.